Hello, finally we have a chance to interview Hansi Kursch, a vocalist from Blind Guardian. Hansi, you are here for the second time in Serbia to film yet another video clip.
True, yes.
The first one was Another Stranger Me, but the new one is a single track, A Voice in the Dark.
Yes.
And if I'm not wrong, the storyline is completely different to Another Stranger Me.
It is completely different. This one is a more thrash metal orientated song with some epic elements, so we decided to go for a more fantasy inspired atmospheric video, while Another Stranger Me was more the psycho kind of stuff. I think A Voice in the Dark pretty much hits the taste of all Blind Guardian fans, not only musically but also with the video, because that transfers a certain fantasy story which is related to the lyrics in many ways, but does not necessarily follow them strictly. So it's an open story with a lot of interpretation and great images, which is the most important thing for a video.
Why did you choose this particular song, A Voice in the Dark, for the single track?
It's very fast, it's very Blind Guardian, another important issue. And I think even though it is very flashy, it sort of has a very catchy chorus, and due to that has a sort of mainstreamish feeling. I do not believe that the bigger TV stations will play the video, nor do I believe that this becomes a single hit. But it has the potential to become very popular amongst all heavy metal fans, because it is supposed to attract thrash metal, death metal, epic metal and goth metal fans, and of course Blind Guardian fans.
Tell us actually about the lyrics for A Voice in the Dark.
Well, A Voice in the Dark is inspired by George R.R. Martin's Songs of Ice and Fire, I think it's called. I always have to twist it a little bit because
I think that you got correct.
Ice and Fire is correct, yeah, but I somehow relate to Fire and Ice, which would be incorrect. And this one is just, a short introduction to the story. It's about a boy falling down from a high altitude. The song documents what is happening during the downfall, and it shows the visions this boy has, and is a sort of harbinger of things to come. And that's what I try to deliver in the song, as well as I try to deliver the general message that you have to wake up at a certain point and you have to face consequences.
At the Edge of Time is the title for the upcoming album. Could you compare the new one with previous records of Blind Guardian?
Yes, you could, but it's not necessary to do so. I think there is a little bit of each and every quality which is delivered by Blind Guardian in the past, as well as there are new elements which makes that a very special album. In the ranking for myself, it would be on the same level than Nightfall in Middle-earth, which I consider to be the best Blind Guardian album so far. And this might match up with it. It is a very epic and very orchestral album in general, but it does have a sort of very thrashy edge, as you can listen in
A Voice in the Dark
or Tunnel Into the Void, and even right into Obsession. This had a very power metallic attitude. So there's a little bit of everything, and I think that's the strength of the album. You can define it, but you do not necessarily have to do so.
We are now speaking about the lyric side of the album. If I'm not wrong, you're getting more about this At the Edge of Time album to get more fantasy based.
That's true, yes, it's very fantasy based. We have stuff inspired by Marko Miranovic, George R.R. Martin, as mentioned before, Peter Spiegel. We do relate to stories of the Edda again, so there's some Viking stuff on there. There's also some historical stuff. I relate to John Milton, his political sort of speech called The Tenure of Magistrates and King.
If I'm not wrong, the track Control the Divine.
No, that would be Curse My Name, and I did another one about Milton stuff, and that would be Control the Divine. That one is about Paradise Lost, and it's telling something about the downfall of Lucifer and the way he tries to motivate the other angels to follow him, and the way he's justifying his deeds and his ideas, and he's standing for his motives, and there's a certain logic in what he's doing, and I try to just feature that really stronger. Then there is stuff by Robert Jordan. The Wheel of Time is a big issue. I dedicated 2 songs to that epic story. There's Ride into Obsession, which can be seen as an introduction to the 2 main characters, which would be the Dragon Reborn and the Dark Lord Balsamon.
His trilogy, actually.
It's more than that. It's a gigantic story.
To be honest, I didn't so far read it.
Well, I understand, but once you get in, it's a very impressive story, and it develops in a very smooth way. And from being a sort of attempt to do a story like The Lord of the Rings, it more and more grows and gets its own identity. And I really like that, and the characters are really strong. The Dragon Reborn and the Dark Lord, they are no rip-offs. They are real, true characters, and I enjoyed that while reading it. Wheel of Time, which is my favorite track on the album, does have a very oriental feeling to it. We for the first time worked with orchestra. This one is about the Wheel of Time, but mainly about the true source of power, which controls all male who do have that power. So there's no chance for a male becoming the master of this true source. So in past times, these male with the true source in them, they were killed. But this Dragon Reborn, he carries the power and tries to live with it. And all in a sudden, he realizes that he is addicted by the true source, by the power, and he gives in that he has no chance to control it completely. So he finally loses control.
Okay, and there is one track, Tunneler. Mm-hmm. Once again, you are aiming for a mystical city to find it.
Well,
once again, Michael Moorcock.
It's behind Elric already, and as far as I remember, entrance is denied anyway to him.
Yes.
And he's still crying for it. So that would be the essential sentence in the song. He's singing "I cry for Tunneler," but he's more crying for the whole universe, which he has to extinct. And we meet him at the very last steps, short before he sacrifices himself to Stormbringer.
So something like At the Edge of Time.
It is pretty much related, yeah. Yes. It has a reference, there's no doubt about that, though we felt that the album title itself was connected to the whole album, not only to Tunnel.